You need time. Next group.
Ya Mina.
Okay.
Hello everyone, can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay. Uh, Firstly, I want to apologize if my voice is raspy because I'm currently sick, but I will try my best. Okay. A very good morning, I bid to everyone. Let me start by introducing myself. I am Eva Nicole, and together with my group mates, Muhammad Hazik and Muhammad, sorry, Muhammad Hafiz, will be presenting our chart graph topic presentation. So first is introduction. Our main topic is the impact of COVID-19 on growth population in Borneo. Next. Later on the data analysis, we will see the growth population of Borneo, which is, as we all know, Sabah and Sarawak, and how the COVID-19 pandemic affected the changes in the rate. Next. Credibility. So as we all know, 4 years ago, history was made when the world hit a pause button due to the outbreak of the infamous disease coronavirus. COVID 19 was subsequently declared a pandemic, which initially led in China and then rapidly spread all throughout the globe. The busy streets went silent, temperature check was a must, thousands of people panic buying, and honestly, swab test was being one of the most painful experiences of my life. But other than that, the pandemic left a much rather huge impact at the time. Next slide. But before we go more deeply into that, I will briefly explain the definition of growth population and COVID 19. Growth population is the increased number of people in a population or dispersed group. And COVID 19, also known as coronavirus disease, is an infectious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Basically, anyone can get sick with COVID 19 and become seriously ill or die at any age. Next. And this is the impact of COVID 19, which leads to the changes in growth population. Basically, the impact is continuous. Due to the pandemic, everyone was on lockdown, so everything was basically closed. There was no entertainment, no sports, no school, and in the industry perspective, millions of enterprises face existential threat, causing many businesses to shut down and their employees lose their jobs. Sorry. Thus, the economy and social disruption occur. Without the means to earn an income during lockdown, many are unable to feed themselves and their families. For most, no income means no food, or at best, less food and less nutritious food. And again, this will lead to poverty, health issues, and increase the chances to get the disease. Other than physical health, the pandemic can push people beyond their ability to cope, which also triggers their mental health. Therefore, all of these impacts lead to migration, of course, after the pandemic, or dramatic loss of human life. Next. So our topic consists of two data, which is the growth population from 2015 and to 2023 in Sabah, which is in bar chart form, and in Sarawak, which is in single line chart form. Single line graph form. And the two data will show how COVID-19 has drastically changed the rate of growth population from 2019 to 2020, basically when the pandemic started, and the recovery of the pandemic from 2021 onwards, when the lockdown has lifted. Now I will pass this presentation to Haziq.
Good day, everyone. Today I will present an Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I will present an analysis of the population growth in Sabah, Malaysia from 2015 to 2024. We will examine the overall trend, key observation and the factors influencing these changes. Let's begin with the general trend. From 2015 to 2024, Sabah's population shown an increasing pattern, growing from 3.7 million in 2015 to an estimated 3.74 million in 2024. While the overall trend is upward, there are notable fluctuations, particularly between 2019 and 2022. Now let's dive into the key observative. First, between 2015 and 2019, the population grew steadily from 3.7 million to 3.9 million. The average yearly growth during this period was approximately 50,000 people. This steady growth was slightly driven by natural population increase, such as higher birth rates and migration into Sabah. Next, we observe a significant decline from 2020 to 2022. The population dropped to 3.42 million in 2022 and remained stagnant at 3.41 million for the following 2 years. This decline was most likely due to COVID-19, which impact migration, disrupted economic activities, and possibly increased mortality rates. The pandemic also slowed overall population recovery during this period. However, between 2023 and 2024, Sabah's population began to rebound. The population increased from 3.6 million in 2023 to an estimated 3.74 million in 2024. This recovery could reflect the resumption of normal migration pattern, post-pandemic economic recovery, and consistent birth rates. Let's move on to the factors influencing these population trends. Firstly, economic activities plays a significant role. Sabah's economy, which relies heavily on industries such as agriculture, forestry, and palm oil, attracts workers from both other parts of Malaysia and neighboring countries. This influx of workers contributes to population growth. Secondly, immigration is a major factor. Sabah has historically received migrants from neighboring countries like Indonesia and the Philippines, contributing to its rising population over the years. Thirdly, the COVID-19 pandemic had a noticeable impact on Sabah's population trends. It caused economic slowdowns, reduced migration, and possibly increased health rate death, leading to the population stagnation between 2020 and 2022. Lastly, natural growth such as consistent birth rates and improved healthcare has played a steady role in Sabah's population increases over time, particularly in the recovery period post-2022. Looking ahead, the estimated population growth to 3.74 million in 2024 indicates that Sabah is recovering from the challenges of the pandemic and returning to pre-pandemic growth trends. However, to sustain this growth, Sabah will need to address challenges such as urbanization, resources management, and infrastructure development to support its growing population effectively. In conclusion, Sabah population growth over the years reflects a combination of natural increase, immigration, and economic factors. Temporary dips such as those caused by the COVID-19 pandemic demonstrate the importance of resilience in managing external challenges. Moving forward, Sabah's ability to sustain this growth will depend on effective planning and policies to accommodate its expanding population. Thank you for your attention. I will pass my presentation to Sam.
Moving on to the next graph. So if you can see here is a graph, single line graph, which is it show population of people in Sarawak from 2015 until 2023. So after the observations, I found out that in 2020 has the lowest population people in Sarawak. Why? So I'm doing some research and show that a pandemic, COVID-19 is the main reason why at 2020 the population people in Sarawak is the lowest. Okay, when I said about pandemic, what is on our head? Of course, COVID-19, mask, social distancing, and the worst case is death. So we know that during the pandemic, a lot of people death because of the COVID-19 virus. So because of that, that's why the population in 2020 has the lowest of population people in Sarawak. Not only in Sarawak, I'm sure that if we can see the population in Malaysia, in the world, 2020 has the lowest of population people. So moving on, another reason why in 2020 has the lowest because of during the pandemic it will impact the economy. So why I said that? When I talk about impact of economic, we know that during the pandemic, a lot of company can't run the business. Because of what? Because of they need to cut costs to survive at that time. So because of that, people will not easily to come to Sarawak, not easily can get out from Sarawak. So to relate with that is another point, which is the last point is migration. We know that during the pandemic, the
strictly proposed the travel restrictions and border closure.
Because of that, people will not easily to go to another state easily without any approval.
So that's why
in 2020
the population
people in Sarawak is very low.
Another
more information is during the pandemic,
a
a lot of company let the workers to work from home. So because of that, people just sit at their home and not going out. So for like students that study in Sarawak but stay at another state, but they also as a student they need to do online classes, which is they need to do the online class at their home and not going to the Sarawak to study at that time. So that is some of the reason why the population people in Sarawak at 2020 is the lowest. So if you can see after the 2020, right, from after the 2020 onward until 2023,
the population is slowly
2023, the population is slowly increased. This is why after the pandemic, all people after the pandemic is recover from all their losses from the downtime at 2020. So next slide.
So to
So to
conclude
conclude all the presentation for
we
today,
know that
we know that
the graph,
the graph,
the up and
the
down
up
graph
and down graph
is affected by
is
variety
affected
of
by variety
factor. We
of
can see the
factors. We can see the
birth rate
birth
effect,
rate effect,
and the death
and the
rate
death
because of
rate
the
because of the
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
So we know
So
that
we know that
after the
after
pandemic,
the pandemic,
we we can see
we can see
people will
the
improve
people
their
will improve
healthcare,
their
which is
healthcare,
people
which is people
strictly take care of their
strictly take
health
care of their health after
after the pandemic.
after the pandemic.
Also, the national
Also, the
government
national
is
government is
very giving the
very
impact to
giving
the
the
graph
impact to the
to
graph
the
to the
population,
population,
people in
people
Sarawak
in
and
Sarawak
Sabah.
and Sabah.
And lastly,
And
we can see
lastly, we
that
can see that individuals
will influence to
will
recovery and
influence the
renewal
recovery
after the
renewal after
downtime at 2020 because of the pandemic. So, like
downtime
company
at 2020
also
because
do
of the
some
some recovery and the renewal because of their loss during their pandemic.
That's why we can
That's why
see
we can see
after
after
2020 and
2020 and
onward,
onward,
we can see the
we can see
graph
the
is
graph is
slowly
slowly
increasing and
increasing and
slowly
slowly
stable.
stable.
So that's
So
all
that's
from
all
our
from
group.
our
Thank
group.
you.
Thank you.
All right.